Maybe you're pregnant, you're a new mom, whatever it is, let's be real, there's a lot of stuff that comes with motherhood. And if you're thinking about breastfeeding, there's even more options to sift through and figure out what you actually need and what you really should just skip. And that's what today's video is all about. I am sharing my top breastfeeding essentials. I've been breastfeeding now for a little over 6 months, tried out a ton of different products, and talked to lots of different moms about what their biggest loves were, regrets were, and all that stuff. And we are going to break all of that down. First up, don't care who you are, if you're thinking about breastfeeding, you need to get this little bad boy. It is called the Haakaa. It is the breastfeeding pump that every single mom needs to have, and it's really, really cheap. It's only like 15 bucks. I will link all of these products, by the way, in the description box below. This is really, really helpful because it allows you to just catch your milk during the letdown while your baby's nursing on the other side, and it's really easy to use. All you do is flip the sides down as such, pinch it, put it onto your boob, release the sides, and it will suction directly on, super easy. So when your baby's nursing on one side, you'll suck this onto the other side. When your baby finishes up, you'll switch. So if you've ever experienced that little drip, drip, drip as your baby's nursing, instead of letting those drips go into a nursing pad where it's just totally wasted, you're able to catch them here, and then you can hopefully build up maybe a little bit of a freezer supply. Now at 6 months, I only use this during my morning nursing session. It allows me to catch about 1 to 2 ounces every morning. I use that in her oatmeal. She's had some skin issues, so I've used it as part of like a breast milk mat. I work from home. I'm really fortunate. I didn't need to pump a whole lot. So when I was pregnant, I got the insurance pump. I think that every mom should go ahead, find out from their insurance company if they'll send you a free pump. I'm pretty sure most do, and go ahead and get yourself that. With that said, if I worked outside of the home and I was pumping multiple times a day, every single day, I do think it really is worth it to invest in a better pump than your insurance pump. And the pump I would recommend is the Willow pump. They have literally solved every single one of your pump complaints. It is completely cordless. It literally is just 2 little shells that sit right inside your bra. So it's super, super discreet. I'm sure if you've ever used or seen an electric pump before, especially like the insurance ones, you're probably thinking there's no way this thing can be discreet. Pumping is so loud. But let me tell you, the folks over at Willow really have figured it out, and it is so quiet. And also, if you've ever pumped before, you know what a pain in the butt it can be when you're transferring milk that you pumped into the bottles into a storage bag. The other brilliant thing about Willow is that it pumps directly into the milk storage bags. So it really is like a one and done seamless solution. If I worked outside of the home or was exclusively pumping instead of primarily breastfeeding directly onto the breast, I would 1000% invest in it. It was a little bit pricier. Like, I think they do like $50 off sales a lot. It just makes it really, really easy. You can pop the Willow into your bra, go to the grocery store, go to your meeting at work, wear it while you're in your commute to and from work, whatever the case is. It just allows you to have some semblance of freedom where you're not tied to one specific place on a pump, which, I mean, time. That's as mothers, what we all need more of is time. Let's be real here. So if you are going to invest in an electric pump beyond the insurance pump, that is my recommendation. I've seen it in action. I have several friends that have it. They all are obsessed with it, and it really is as good as it sounds. So obviously with your pump, that means pump parts. You're gonna have to go ahead and clean those. I got this little sterilizer bag. It's super simple. You just throw in your pump parts, the Haakaa in with it, add in a little bit of water. You can even put your bottles in there and just microwave it. You can use one bag up to 20 times. Obviously you can run your pump parts and your Haakaa through your dishwasher, but I was not running my dishwasher every single day, so this was really great. The other part of your pump cleaning process, dish detergent that is baby safe. We use Dapple, and we also use Puracy. I basically get whichever one's cheaper, or when I go to the store, you can order both online too, so I will link them below. They're clean products. We really like them. They work well. I really recommend getting is freezer milk storage bags. I don't recommend getting a ton of these right away. You just don't know what your milk supply is going to be, and it is very, 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 very common to have a low supply, and most women, I venture to guess, do not have a freezer stash. So I wouldn't recommend stocking up on a ton of these until you know what's going on with yourself. Another option, which I haven't gotten yet, but I just found out about it and I had to include it, actually milk freezer trays that has been specifically designed to maintain the integrity of your breast milk, and it actually freezes your breast milk into 2-ounce bars. My only complaint with these is when I first started storing my milk, I had no idea how much to put in them. And so figuring out the exact right amount to thaw for my growing baby has kind of become like being in a calculus class. So I really love the freezer trays because it makes it easy if I have a 4-ounce bag to just use a 2-ounce bar to kind of create a full meal. If you are looking for a different type of solution other than bag, so I'm really excited about those. I have them on order. Early days, I was quite uncomfortable. Pretty much day one, I was bruised and had cracked nipples. So while I was at the hospital, I asked for comfort samples, and they gave me lanolin samples and they gave me gel pads. Gel pads were fantastic in my opinion. They kept them in the fridge and they would just go onto your nipple in between your bra. You pretty much have to be wearing a bra, otherwise they would just fall down. It was like the perfect cooling, soothing barrier my nipples needed to get a break. Now, if I wasn't wearing a bra, obviously I couldn't wear the gel pads, and they had given me lanolin samples at the hospital, and that was okay. It was quite sticky and gooey and greasy feeling. Instead, I much preferred Earth Mama's nipple butter. It is a little bit creamier. It's a little bit softer than lanolin. This, if you are gonna get a nipple butter, would be the one I would get. Even if you don't end up using it all on your nipples, obviously it's great for dry skin too, so you can rub it on your elbows, your feet, wherever. So it won't go to waste. It's something really good to have on hand. The other great product, Booby Tubes, and they are filled with flaxseed actually, and you can pop them into your freezer, and that way they can act as a nice cooling sensation, or you can pop them into the microwave to act as a nice warming, moist type of sensation. So like when I was in the hospital, they told me to pour hot water on a diaper, and I did that, and it was disgusting. The diaper insides literally ended up exploding all over me, and I was just not here for it. These work a lot better. They're a much cleaner product. Also why I love these, they double. Yes, they're great for your boobs, but when your boobs are feeling a lot better and you're not constantly using them over there, they fit perfectly around your neck. They feel great around your shoulder. You can put them around like your calf or your thigh or whatever. And I'm just a big fan of having these on hand for any sort of discomfort. The shape of them happens to work really well with a lot of your other body parts. You will probably be happy that you have them, especially if you end up with like a blocked duct or anything like that. Another one of my top breastfeeding essentials that has multiple purposes, because I really love breastfeeding items that can be used beyond your breastfeeding journey, is going to be a reusable water bottle. And the reason I'm putting a water bottle on this list is because your hydration directly impacts your milk supply. And so you're gonna wanna stay really, really hydrated. You're gonna wanna keep up with your water intake just like when you were pregnant. So it's not only good for the environment, it's good for your health. And some places like Starbucks, if you bring your own cup, they will actually give you a discount too. So it's always good to have it. You're gonna want to keep taking your prenatal vitamins. If your doctor or midwife didn't recommend this to you, mine did, and they suggested I keep up with these as long as I'm breastfeeding. The Hatch app, you open it up, click the scale, put your baby on it, you click start a feeding. You wait for your baby to stop squirming. Click got it, and then we'll weigh her again after the feeding. For it to connect, make sure it's zeroed out, and then you can just click calculate feeding. Good job. Shape 5 ounces. Save it. That's it. Let's talk clothes and wearables, because there are so many options out there for you guys when it comes to what to wear, what to buy. And before we kind of get into what my must-haves were, I want to say that mine are pretty minimalist. I'm really a big believer of buying clothes that are not specifically intended for nursing, and that way you can keep wearing them even when you're not nursing. Like I said, I really love when I get items that can be used beyond my breastfeeding journey, and I'm not going out of my way getting things that feel like they only have one particular purpose. So for example, these are like my favorite tank tops. You guys see me wearing them in all my Insta stories. You guys see me wearing them in past videos. They have a really deep cutout for the armpit, and it makes it really easy when I am nursing to just pop it right off to the side and nurse my daughter. I don't have to worry about getting a specific nursing top. These are tank tops that I've already had in my closet. These are tank tops that I absolutely love. If I did have a traditional office job, the only thing I probably would end up getting are nursing camisoles, the nursing camis. I will link some in the description box below. And the reason for that is those you can just go ahead and wear underneath your everyday button down, underneath a jacket. They're very versatile. They are a simple staple, meaning that you can build an entire outfit around them. The camis allow you to continuously reinvent them, redress them up, and make you seem like you have a much wider wardrobe than maybe you actually do. So I think it's a great kind of cost-saving hack, if you will. Now, with that said, one of the items that I did need to splurge on that were very solitary purpose were items to help me with leakage. I would wake up in the middle of the night and my shirt and mattress would be drenched. So I needed to find a solution for that. And the two I found were Naturebond nursing pads. These are probably my favorite solution. This little box comes with 5 sets of nursing pads. They're bamboo nursing pads. So I got the reusable nursing pads that were suggested as I was checking out with my insurance pump, and they were absolute crap. Let me tell you, they were itchy. They got totally deformed in the washer. These guys are fantastic. They're really soft. And then when it came time to wash them, it came with this little bag. And why I love this bag is that it actually has this little elastic part where you push the zipper up into. It keeps the bag zipped through the wash. I didn't have to worry about it coming unzipped. I didn't have to worry about the zipper snagging other clothing. I didn't have to worry about and losing them in the wash. It kept everything really simple, clean, soft. They come in this cute little box. Now, if I didn't feel like wearing like a tight nursing bra and a nursing pad to bed, maybe I just really missed the feeling of my boobs being free, I would wear Nooni's bra. This is basically a sleep bra. It's obviously not a nursing bra. It is solely intended for sleep. It is a looser fitting bra. It's kind of baggy because it's intended for you to feel like you're not wearing anything at all. It's really soft on the inside, as you guys can see, and it will actually just absorb, sleek resistant. On the note of nursing bras, this is my absolute favorite. It is from Old Navy. I really love it because it fits really well. It breathes easily. And the other kind of nursing bra option I have, and I got it from Motherhood Maternity, I'll link it below, is the one I'm currently wearing. Has the X cross, more of like a racer back style. So like I mentioned, I work from home. I'm not really somebody that goes out very often unless I'm going to the beach, and I feel comfortable nursing my daughter without a cover at the beach. So nursing covers has not been something that I have been running out the door for. There's 2 types of nursing covers. The number 1 is going to be your car seat canopy cover. This is great because it doubles. Put your car seat handle through here. You pull the rest of it down over your car seat. If you are out and about and you want to nurse, you just pull it off the car seat, put it over your head, pull it down, and you would nurse your baby totally private right in here. Now, it's lightweight and it comes in tons and tons of different prints. With that said though, this whole setup, when you're going to nurse your baby here, this ends up falling onto your chest and you can't see what the heck your kid is doing in there. And that can become really, really frustrating. So the number 1 nursing cover I would recommend, but I don't actually own it, but all my friends own it, I linked it below. It almost looks like an apron, and then this top part here has a wire. So you actually can bend it out, and that way you can see what your baby is doing without having to hold it up yourself. It stays up, and you can shape the wire into any way that you'd like it. And it really is probably the best nursing cover. Depending on what your needs are, those are like the 2 main options. This is just a motherhood must-have, is a wrap. It is a baby carrier. It is so easy to nurse your baby inside of this. It's also a great way to get them to nap on the go. But man, my whole life just got so much easier once I was able to use this. And it also can be a cover too. It's, again, a multi-purpose item. You won't regret having one of these. So when I first started out on my breastfeeding journey, I used a nursing pillow. I had one of those really nice Ergo nursing pillows, and I hated it. I could never get my baby in quite the right position. It was just bulky and large, took up a lot of space. And so instead, I actually had this pillow already on hand. It's called the MyPillow. You can still buy them at Bed Bath & Beyond. I will link it in the description box below so you can use your 20% coupon online too. And the reason I love this, number 1, it is just a normal pillow. If you're not using it for breastfeeding, you can use it anywhere that you need a pillow. The other reason I love it is because unlike most breastfeeding pillows, this allows me to transition to every single position I end up nursing her in. I actually tend to nurse my daughter while I'm laying in bed on my side, and so I just put this behind my back. If I am doing a rugby hold, I just put the pillow right here, her head goes here, and I'm actually, that way I don't have to worry about holding her. I just move the pillow and it goes right up under her. If I'm doing a cross cradle hold, I just wedge it right beneath me. It really is just my favorite nursing pillow. And what's fantastic about it too is it can roll up pretty small. So if you are traveling, it doesn't have to take up a ton of space. If you want to use it as a travel pillow, I do all the time. It really is just a fantastic pillow. You're going to want to hit the subscribe and notifications button because you're not going to want to miss my next video, which is all about a day in the life with a 6-month-old. As we've moved through the breastfeeding journey, we are now at the point of introducing solids, and boy has that been a wild ride. Everything from allergies, skin issues, baby-led weaning, answering your questions, all while sharing a behind-the-scenes daily look at our lives working from home. And so you won't want to miss that. And in the meantime, make sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series, including my breastfeeding journey, as well as 13 tips from other moms that they really wish new moms would know at the start of their breastfeeding journey. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Rachel from the Confused Millennial.